One risky surgery gave me back my sight. One moment at home showed me who my husband really was. Some risks are worth taking even when you know you might lose everything. Those were the words I repeated to myself as I sat stiffly on the examination table, gripping the edge so hard that my fingers ached. As I explained over the phone, Mrs. Ethan, this is a high-risk surgery. I can guarantee success. Dr. Wells sighed as he steadied his voice. I want to try it, I said with finality. 1 year, that's how long it had been since I lost my sight. 1 year since I lost everything, my freedom, my dignity, my family's love. The tragic accident stole my sight, but the world stole its kindness. Serena, my sister, made sure of that, and as always, I was the one blamed. Now I had a chance to take something back. Dr. Wells hesitated. I will need your husband's consent before we proceed. I adjusted my dark shades, running out of patience. I don't want anyone involved. You have my full consent. Just do it. I didn't want Zach to know. Didn't want his tired sighs or his forced sympathy. I was done being a burden. Dr. Wells exhaled sharply. A ride. The surgery begins in an hour, and just like that, I put my fate in the hands of a scalpel and a prayer. A strange buzzing sound filled my ears as I stirred from unconsciousness. My face felt heavy. Mrs. Ethan, you were awake. Dr. Wells' voice was filled with excitement. I froze. Had it worked? We're removing the bandages now. My heart pounded in my chest. My hands turned cold with fear. This was my last chance. It had to work. Dr. Wells peeled the bandages away, slowly, agonizingly. Open your eyes. I gripped the hospital sheets and obeyed. At first I saw nothing but a blinding light just like before. Then the blue faded. Dr. Wells, I saw him. I saw everything. A sob broke from my throat as tears streamed down my face. Oh my God. I can see for the first time in a year I wasn't trapped. I wasn't helpless. Dr. Wells smiled polite. I wiped my face, still overwhelmed with happiness. Zach is going to be so happy, and I actually believed it until I walked through my front door. The front door was unlocked. That was strange. Still wearing my dark shades, I tapped my cane against the floor, pretending to still be blind. Zach wasn't home yet, or so I thought. As I stepped inside, a sound stopped me in my tracks, a breathy moan. It was too familiar. I froze, my grip on the cane tightened. That voice won. It was too familiar, Serena, I told myself. I was imagining it, that it was the Nong, or maybe she had company over as usual. Focus on me, baby. We can attend to her after, Zach said shamelessly amidst moans. My stomach twisted into a knot. I forced myself forward, my cane trembling in my grasp. And then I saw them. Serena was naked, straddling Zach on the dining chair. His hands gripped her waist, guiding her. My chest tightened, my heart burned. My fingernails dug into my palm. I wanted to pounce on them, to scream, to tear them apart, but I couldn't. Not yet. It must be so nice to live in the dark one, never seeing things that could break your heart. Serena mocked as she increased her pace on Zach. Zach just giggled. He was smart enough not to speak, not to let me hear his voice. How long has this been going on? Swallowing my rage, I did the hardest thing I'd ever done. I walked away, still pretending. I let my cane hit the walls, let them laugh at my misery. Let them believe I was still the blind fool they had grown comfortable deceiving. Reaching my room, I collapsed onto the bed and buried myself in the sheets. And for the first time since regaining my sight, I wished I hadn't. I knew Zach was tired of me, tired of tending to a blind and helpless woman. But how could he betray me like this, having an affair with my own sister?